Hello, I'm HappyXToyCat, and one of the things that makes Minecraft fascinatingly unique is the fact that you can not only play the game in first person and also in third person, but the game has something very few other games have, because in the same way I'm looking at that statue of myself right now, you can play Minecraft looking in second person on a head-on position. You can see yourself from the angle of someone looking directly at you, and this is really handy for screenshots. It's really handy for thumbnails as well, fun fact, but it's something that is very rarely used for people actually playing Minecraft. So the question becomes, in second person perspective, can you beat Minecraft from start to finish? From loading up a world to beating the Ender Dragon, can we do the entire thing while looking at our own face? And that's what we're going to be trying to find out in today's video. And we're not only going to be trying to beat Minecraft, but as always for all of our Minecraft without X runs, we're going to be trying to do so with a blank seed, a purely random seed that we can't control, and we're going to be doing so on hard difficulty. So let's jump right into this one, and let's explain a little bit more about how third person and second person work in Minecraft, because there are some counterintuitive facts that make it a little bit harder, but also might work in our favor. Because third person, second person, being able to see yourself from an outside angle isn't exactly like being able to just see yourself, but from a distance, because things like maps, which I have now opened in my left hand, you can see how they don't work the same in third person or second person, because if we look real close at it, it's just a piece of paper with some squiggly lines on. The map is actually rendered in first person only on top of the screen, which means we can't see it in second person. We can't see what's ahead of us before we get there. So that's a really interesting difference. Another one is the fact that the camera, if imagine a physical camera, it gets squished between you and object, which means that you have the same distance from yourself always, unless there's a block behind the camera. So you can tell if there's a block you're walking towards. It also makes it really tricky to see yourself once you get too close to it, but it means that there is a variable distance between you and the camera that can let you know there's a block there. So in this example, I can tell there's a tree back here, and then I can use this to chop down some wood. As you can see, I'm doing right this second. So this is how we're going to be able to mine various blocks that are otherwise kind of tricky to, pinpoint exactly, because we can tell that we're mining them based on the fact that they're going to disappear when we do so. Also, we're going to have to use sound a lot for this playthrough, because obviously in Minecraft, the sound of breaking wood is different to the sound of breaking leaves, which is different to the sound of breaking dirt, which I'll show you right now. So we can use the fact that they're all different, and we can use that to our advantage to work out what we're hitting right now, even if we can barely see it, like in this situation right here. So it took me a lot longer, but we've now destroyed an entire tree, giving me the precious wood, which I of course need, and also an apple, which might come in really handy later. But yeah, you can see how even just going through a forest is really tricky for the camera, because you move so fast, zoom in and out on yourself. It's a bit crazy, but it's a thing we're going to have to try and work with for the purpose of this run. Also, an interesting thing is because we're looking ourselves backwards effectively, it's actually better for us to walk backwards, because sprinting forwards is a really bad idea. We can barely see anything. We might run into lava or off a cliff or something, whereas if we walk backwards, even though it's weird and even though it's strange and we can't sprint, we can see exactly what we're walking into. So yeah, we're going to try our best to walk backwards instead. So the challenges in this run, to summarize, come in the form of 1, the fact that it's very tricky for us to tell exactly what we're hitting at any given second. 2, there are some items that can only be seen in first person. They're literally not available in third person. 3 is the fact that we basically have to walk backwards, which means we can't hit in the same direction that we're walking. We have to turn around to do that. And finally, we have to do all of this without many of our base abilities. Our ability to kill wither skeletons or the dragon or any of these tricky things that might come at us, usually come from the fact that it's easy to control these mobs if you can see them. We can't see an attack, we can't see and sprint, we can't see and do most things at the same time, and that's where the challenge of today's runs come in. It's not necessarily a run that's challenging because it's a puzzle, it's a run that is mechanically challenging. We have to beat Minecraft even when Minecraft makes itself several times harder, so let's get straight into it, shall we? So now we've got the challenge out of the way, let's talk about how we're going to solve this step by step, because every single step, even crafting, is going to be a lot harder, because to make a crafting table, we have to place it down, and then we have to be able to, craft on it, which means we're crafting over our face, which is a little bit challenging, but pretty much anything is significantly harder, so let's break this down into steps, and let's work out how to do them. So the very first step I always do in a Minecraft run is I upgrade my tools as fast as I can. You want to have a stone pickaxe over a wooden pickaxe, you want to have an iron sword over a wooden sword. It's always better to have better equipment, and that's why it's important to immediately start upgrading. However, going mining underground is really dangerous unless we're in a cave where we can see behind ourselves at all times, or unless we mine against the light. Something like this is a really good idea. It's a really challenging thing to properly pull off, but basically my plan is to only use naturally generated caves for this run, because although they provide a lot of space, and in that dark space we might find a skeleton or a zombie or something, the reality of the situation is we have more space to work with. If there is a monster, we can escape it a lot easier. If if there is a bad situation, we have more space and less likelihood of just dying because we got trapped in a cave and we can't find the exit out. It's very wide and very easy for us to navigate in second person, which is useful when you're trying to get out of somewhere very quickly. So yeah, our first challenge consists of going through mostly dark caves, getting as much iron and as much coal as we can. We're really lucky because we don't just have a cave, which is right over here. We also have just next to it, it's going to be tricky to see, but there is a big ravine back there, and although it's very deep and very punishing if we make a mistake, if we don't make a mistake, you can see there's a bunch of iron and gold, which is exactly what we want today. Oh, and by the way, in case you're curious about these runs, they take a long time, many hours. And in case you're curious as to whether that's legit or it's one of these, like, fake videos, which, some people will do for the sake of YouTube fame or whatever, just in case you are curious, you can watch the whole first hour and a half to 2 hours, the first session of recording, the pure raw gameplay in the link in the description. It's not very entertaining, but if you want to verify and prove yourself, there will be a link down there to this full first gameplay, of course. Oh god, okay, so just like that, you can see how this can go horribly wrong. You can also see how I can mine the coal from above me, which means this was really a very good decision. And yeah, as long as we stay in full control of ourselves, as long as we know exactly what's happening and we don't fall into the pits of lava below, we can get ourselves really easy access to coal that requires very little risk. So yeah, get some coal, get some iron, get the basics going from here. Okay, I'm about to make a really risky decision. I really want to get that iron over there. I think it's easy to get. I think it's safe. If I can sprint over this ravine to get it. Again, I'm going to fall into that water, and as long as I fall in the water, I'm safe. It's just nerve-wracking having to do a jump like this in second person. But let's try. Let's do it. Oh, God. Yeah, you can see. Simple maneuvers. So much harder when you're in second person. But, we're at Lapis Lazuli level now. We might just find some diamonds this way. This is probably a good thing. In some way. Oh, is there actually diamonds over there? It might be lapis. Let's not be excited yet. Let's wait. Oh my god, that is literally diamonds over there. See? Just like that, you can see how stumbling, making a couple of small mistakes, but managed small mistakes because I knew there was water with which to fall into, can go really well for you. And yeah, now we're going to swim over what shouldn't be a swimmable distance. We need to get some iron first because somehow I've managed to find diamonds before I found some iron with which... Okay, so now we're in a risky situation. When you see there's lava nearby and you're not in full control, you got to be a lot more careful about what you go for and what you don't. I say as I crouch at the edge of it, trying to see if there's any iron around. But yeah, I'm feeling optimistic about this challenge because even though we're taking a very long time to do basic tasks, I think this is one of the things where, like, slow and steady wins the race. If we tackle our objectives one by one, I think we can do this. Speaking of objectives, by the way, creeper! Oh. Rip. We found diamonds for the first time. So we're doing the exact same thing again. Hard difficulty, 1 life, blank seed survival. Let's do this. Oh, by pure chance, it looks like we've seen a village just behind this tree we've been chopping down. And in this case, it comes with 2 diamonds, 2 iron, an iron sword, and some iron boots, as well as a saddle, some bread, and some gold ingots. So you can see, that's a really useful little boost right there. I mean, I would argue 3 diamonds is what we really want rather than 2, but, beggars can't be choosers, or so they say. So the other thing I'm going to take from this village is all of the hay bales. If you don't know, hay bales, you can convert them into 9 wheat, which basically means every single one of these blocks is worth 3 bread, and, bread's a pretty solid food source for the early game, so let's get ourselves a bunch of it. Always take a bed with you because the villagers don't even mind for the most part, and if you have some beds with you, you can go to sleep anywhere, which is handy for avoiding phantoms, something that can become a real problem if you forget about them. But yeah, as far as initial preparations go, we still do need to find more iron and more coal. Even when you find a lucky villager that has 2 diamonds aren't worth enough by themselves. You need to have some extra iron to make, some more armor. Because, boots are nice, but they don't really make the big enough difference to actually design your game. So we're going to find some exposed caves for the same reason as last time. And we're going to get ourselves some iron to make some armor, to make a bucket, and of course to make an iron pickaxe. Okay, our first true encounter of the game. Can we kill a zombie or will it kill us? You can see it's a genuine challenge because even though it's such a stupid mob, keeping your eye on it the whole time, very challenging. Now imagine that's 2 zombies and you can see how suddenly, oh yeah, taking down anything more complex, like say the Ender Dragon, that's going to get really challenging. So my risk minimization strategy is to make a mine all the way down to Diamond Lair, but I'm going to make it from the inside of one of these villager houses, which is purely lit up. That way I can't get surprised while we're doing this. Also, we're not going to dig down like you might see me doing for a block here. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do the 2-block mining down technique, which is where you stand in the middle of the 2 blocks, just like this. You can barely see. If you stand on the middle of the 2 blocks and then break one after the other, you'll never fall into lava unless you see the lava first. As you can see, no lava, so we mine the left block, and then we fall down that one. Oh, So the way this technique works is we mine down on one of the blocks, and if we see there's lava down there, so we can see there's no lava here because I'm in this viewpoint. There is definitely a block down here. So if I now break this block on the left, I know the same thing's going to be true. I'm safe. I'm in the middle of the two blocks. It allows you to avoid the whole falling into lava thing, and it's very handy in my opinion. So by pure chance, just next to our giant little, I guess ladder, let's call it, or, elevator shaft, whichever way you want to see these things. Just right next to this thing, there happens to be a huge cave at Diamond Lair, which makes me wonder, like, maybe this thing is worth exploring later. Like, we'll torch it up, we'll be very careful, we'll always have an escape route, but there might just be a clever way out of this. Again, we need to make sure we are always prepared to get out of there immediately. So for most runs, we usually skip the whole enchanting process, and therefore we don't need to get lapis. But in this one, we're really going to get a decent supply of lapis, because there are certain enchantments that are going to make our life a lot safer, and therefore in a run like this, where we're basically mechanically handicapped, we really want to make sure that we can have full control, which is why we're going to make sure we enchant. Okay, so this might seem super excessive, but we have now basically blocked off all sides that can get to here, because this is going to be my branch diamond mine. I don't want to go out into the scary caves. I've seen how even without mobs, they can be pretty terrifying. So the point is, I'm going to just start mining at Y11, as you always meant to do. Oh god, what have we just seen? Okay, so you can see how even in the safest of cave situations, we somehow mined straight into a zombie villager. How is that even possible? Okay, my first crazy thing has happened. I've ran across a tiny bit of lava, and then I mined the block behind it, and it's more lava, and then I can hear a witch laughing somewhere in that cave. So, needless to say, there's going to be a bit of risk involved here, but we're going to, again, minimize that risk as much as we humanly can. You know, maybe I should just turn a different way. I think that's probably the best solution here. Okay, this one is going to be absurdly hard, but we have a dungeon, which again, hard enough to correctly deal with sometimes already. But we're going to try and deal with the dungeon, even though we're in a situation where we can't even look at it directly. That was a lot easier than I was expecting, actually. Just like that, we found ourselves a couple of chests, which usually don't contain amazing things for late game, but you never know. Golden apple, there we go. Heck yeah. And some gunpowder. We've got the music disc 13 if we want it to, and I don't, so that's a thing. But also some more bread, so, it was worth going through. Sometimes you get really, really good things, sometimes you get really handy things. Oh, I did not know this was a thing the game did when you looked at a lava pit in third person. Thank God it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, but we finally found some diamonds. This is meant to be like the safest, but still kind of fast technique. People always talk to me and say, oh yeah, branch mining's so much faster than going out and exploring. And I figured, we'll do that today because, it's safer down here because there's only one way things can come from. But no, it has taken us that long to find, I think, just 3 diamonds too. Like the amount of extreme effort we've gone through. Okay, we've got 7 diamonds total. That's enough for a diamond pickaxe, that's enough for a diamond sword, and that's enough for an enchantment table on top of that. Hey, more diamonds! Okay, so this is very good news. It's like buses. You wait for everyone to come along, and it seems like it's never going to, and then when you least expect it, you get 2 lots at once, it seems. So the good news is that now when we do our branch mining tediously for a few more hours, we're at least going to have a diamond pickaxe to do it with. I'm going to change my earlier statement to actually be when you want a boss, none come along forever, and then 3 come around, because here is a 3rd vein of diamonds. If this is anything more than even just 3 diamonds, we've got ourselves enough for some serious diamond armor, which again, would be a serious point of leverage and a serious thing that would actually give us a fighting chance against the dragon in this mode. So if we're going to make an enchantment table, we're going to need to get ourselves some obsidian and a book. When it comes to getting a book, there's 2 easy ways to do it. You can either, if you have a village with a bookshelf, just mine the bookshelf and get the book that way. But if you already have sugarcane, you're going to need a lot of this to get some level 30 enchantments or anything close to that. So you might as well take it and you might as well start with the sugarcane farm. So I wish it wasn't this way, but making obsidian is actually easier said than done, because I do have to be very careful that I don't fall into the lava while I'm creating obsidian. So I should have to very carefully place it on the ground and then scoop it up very quickly. And there we go, there's some obsidian to mine. Hey, okay, it looks like I mined a bunch of obsidian without realizing it, which would have gone into the lava depths if this wasn't 1 deep. So I'm very lucky for that. So I said that I wouldn't start going a bit crazy on the sugarcane, but once you plant 1 bit of sugarcane, you can't stop there. You can't stop until you've got all the sugarcane you could ever need and a whole bunch more as well. I feel like you're looking directly at me, and that's because, we both explicitly are. That's kind of the point of this run. So we've got our leather now. We're going to combine that with our paper to make a book. Then we can take the book and our diamonds and our obsidian and make an enchantment table. I think the best place to put this, given how I want everything to be kind of close together anyway, is probably just over here. And then, oh, wait, where is over here? Over here is apparently over there. And then that way when we want to surround it with bookcases, it should be easy enough to do so because it's fairly flat around. But for now, let's do the big thing you all want to see. But yeah, we've got everything a little bit enchanted now. I feel pretty good about my ability to go to the Nether and hopefully not die. So let's go and do that, shall we? Actually, you know what? I have 4 more diamonds. I'm going to make another pair of diamond boots, even though boots are one of the more wasteful ways to use diamonds. In this case, if it gives us a chance at feather falling, let's go for that. Oh, feather falling 1. Again, this genuinely might make the difference between my life being ruined and my life not being ruined, especially in the end where we can, you know, we're full like 20 to 30 blocks, something that would just about kill you normally, but that feather falling 1 might genuinely save. This is going to be useful for that ender dragon fight. I'm going to keep these around specifically for that purpose. So yeah, to be entirely honest with you, I don't think I'm truly ready to go to the Nether, but I don't think I ever will be. I think I have the best shot that I'll ever have right now. Okay, we got 2 blocks placed. Look at that. That is progress right there. It's just such a weird experience having to do what is one of the most basic recipes, but doing it while entirely looking at the blocks we're trying to place on. Fortunately for us though, it seems as though we didn't. Now, I think the smartest move for this last block here is just to place a block in the corner and then try and place onto that. Just like this. Okay, we are now ready to go to the Nether. This is the most dangerous build I've ever had to make. Oh god! Oh, okay. We're fine. We're fine. This is one of the few essential tasks in Minecraft which I think has the same depth whether we do it in first person or third person reversed, because, you know, we're still going to be looking around roughly the same. We don't really need to fight anything till we get there. So yeah, we have one of these few moments where even though we're surrounded by lava and death and things that really want me dead, I think I'm going to do just about okay by avoiding all those things as best I can. Oh, one of the challenges I haven't even really considered, because I want to try and kill my first Enderman while we're here, is how exactly do we fight an Enderman in this game mode like this? So yeah, I want to look the Enderman directly in the eyes. I won't know when I've done it, but he's going to be angry, I assume. Okay, there we go. And then we've got to walk backwards into our little hole, which is a lot easier said than done. Apparently the Enderman just stopped caring about me, which is not ideal. Okay then. Okay, this is my second attempt at trying to kill Enderman without looking at them, but deliberately looking at them by not looking at them. It's very complex to the Enderman relationship with me is very complex in second person Minecraft. Well, okay. That's my second Enderman that's just teleported away and lost the fight. Okay, I'm not going to take any chances with this last Enderman. I'm just going to go up and I'm going to start swinging, and I'm going to hope my armor is good enough. I would like to mention how impossibly difficult it is to kill a ghast in second person, by the way. So this has failed twice, and my idea is going to sound ridiculous here, but hear me out. I think the best strategy is just to go in and start slicing and dicing the Enderman, because they've teleported away every other time. Something's gone wrong, and this time, you know, usually I show techniques to help you beat Enderman without taking much damage, but this time, honestly, we've got really good armor, we've got a decent sword. Oh man, oh god, look at this. But yeah, we just got 2 ender pearls just like that. We took 2 hearts of damage, but again, our armor is tanking for us. It's doing a serious part of the job. And honestly, I think as far as challenge runs I've done on this channel before, this might be one of the easiest ones for killing Enderman, just because we've gone to the stage where OP to counteract other things that have made Enderman easier. So yeah, nerd pulling up is actually still pretty fast, and it's probably the best way to climb mountains when under pressure, because I am taking some serious damage in the Nether. So I've been wandering the Nether for about 20 minutes now, and I have no sign of a Nether fortress. By the way, in case you're curious as to what I'm doing here, I think I need a lot of netherrack anyway, and I saw a giant, like, mountain, or Nether mountain, like, bulge, stalactite, whatever you want to call it. I saw one of those in the Nether, I was like, you know what? We need to mine through this thing. Oh, no way! I have no idea how this just happened, but it seems as though we've mined into a Nether fortress? All that time of not finding one, and then we literally walk into one by accident, and not even like the best part of one, like, the more dangerous part usually, but in this run I think this is actually quite useful, so there's something, I guess. Okay, so let's do this. We've got to take down some blazes, because you can't get to the end until you've killed blazes, and it's really hard to kill blazes in this mode. But I'm hoping if we do the same thing, pick them off one by one, except that we're going to take some damage. The problem is some blazes like hang out literally next to a pit of lava, and I'm just not going to go after that sort of blaze. This is my first time sprinting in the run. It's a bit dangerous, but there's just a long open hallway that gets more dangerous if I walk down it, because more mobs might spawn there. But yeah, we're just gonna go looking around this Nether fortress because we want to find a blaze spawner. I think it's the easiest place to take down blazes. It's easy to run out of if things go bad, and you know, it should be safe and easy. It's especially terrifying when a mob is literally trying to attack you while you do this, and there's 2 of them, there's 2 of them, there's 2 of them, there's 2 of them. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Okay, okay. We're gonna walk backwards from everything. Just keep on walking backwards. Just keep on walking backwards till the withering stops. Actually, it's really smarter to not wait. Oh, God. Not wait for that to happen. Okay, I'm just going to get around a corner. And I'm going to pray there's nothing like a wither skeleton in that direction. If there is, I think we just die. Okay, they stopped following me. They stopped following me. We're good. That was my fear earlier. And now you can see, not an unjustified fear. Again, we really want to isolate them as best we can. I found myself in the weirdest nether cave system. Like, I've just been following this thing for ages. What do you reckon? Is this survivable? It's the sort of thing where you really don't want to be mistaken. You know, I'm really sure I can survive this fall. I have feather falling after all. Oh, God, that was a big fall. Okay, it was fine. It's fine. It took me a really long time, but we're here now. We found the good old nether portal, and we can hop right through it, assuming that ghast doesn't ruin my plans. And just like that, we don't have to go to the nether again if we don't want to. And you better believe, after something like that, I kind of don't want to. So now we have the, oh God, now we have the almighty task of finding the stronghold. So again, finding the stronghold, usually a reasonable task. It's just like, what do? You fire an IFNer in the sky and eventually it shows you there. But doing it in this viewpoint is going to be really quite a challenge. Because usually we can be incredibly precise with where our IFNs are going and therefore where we have to go. But in this particular case, we have to look at that without looking at it. We have to do a quick 180 and pray we get a good direction on it. So yeah, my plan with this, assuming there's no stronghold under this village, which would be a dream, right? But my plan with this is to just go into a big open field and then literally 180 the moment we throw this. So this is a wide open field. I'm going to stand in the middle of this netherrack block. I'm going to fire the IFender and I'm going to pray that wherever it goes, we look the opposite way so we can see exactly which direction it is. Okay, it's that way. And now we need to use this direction right here, which, in case you're curious, there's a ratio of about, I would say 2.5 to 1, going this way versus going this way. Now we can use this ratio to head in that direction, and we have to pray we don't have to fire these too many other times. Like, even going through this forest, which I have to do to follow the route perfectly, is kind of dangerous during the day, and kind of messing me up, so let's just hope it doesn't get too much harder than this, okay, is all I'm saying. Ouch. The key tester here to see if it's the right village is to throw IFender from the other side of the village. If it points towards this village, 99% chance that underneath this village there is a stronghold. If it points the opposite way, it doesn't. By the way, this is a Bedrock exclusive. And in Java, strongholds generate anywhere. On Bedrock, they try to generate under villages. It goes that way. So we're almost diagonally 1-to-1 now, which is easier to follow if nothing else. So, surprisingly fast after that second one, right in the right trajectory, we found a second village. This one's a plains village. But yeah, this is a surprisingly big village, actually. Like, if this was close to spawn, this would be a pretty great seed, I would say. But yeah, we're going to throw our IFender all the way over here, just so we're safely out of the range of the village. And we're going to see which direction it goes in, apparently towards the tree. So yeah, I would say there is about a 95, maybe 99% certainty that below this village, we're going to find ourselves the dream, the stronghold. So we're just going to start digging right for it, I guess. Usually just underneath the well is the best place to start, so that's where we'll go today. Except, wait a minute, no, we can't just have a staircase in. We have ladders. Oh no, I've used all the ladders. I guess we'll make an ordinary staircase in, but we'll just be very careful because you never know what you're walking into in a underground cave. So I can hear some lava nearby, which is why it's so important to be careful when mining like this. And I just heard saw some light expose itself. Again, every block we mine, we are going to be careful with. So I've got an unconventional idea for a light source. I'm going to place some netherrack in some of these corners. Then I'm going to light it on fire. And now I can see what's happening, which decreases my chance of falling into a deadly pit of lava. All of this work, and we still might not end up in the stronghold. Okay, yeah, this is just the worst thing I've ever had to do. And there's a chance I don't even find a stronghold at the end. But let's go to sleep, or rather, let's go kill some Enderman. And let's see if we can do this another night. Okay, we found our first Enderman in the overworld that we're going to try and attack. As long as we look away from him the whole time, I think we're actually good about this. Oh, there's two. Even better. It's so hard to attack in this mode, and it's terrifying knowing that anything can come off me, but it's pretty easy too. I found a zombie with the weirdest helmet on. Like, it looks like it's an iron helmet, but it's got like a leather stripe in it. Is that a bug, or is that just a cool new type of helmet? The answer is, when you're playing Bedrock, it's always a bug, by the way. Oh, phantoms! That is not what I want in the world at all. Okay, everything is going horribly for me. Everything is going wrong. Okay, thank God. It took a little bit of mining around, but I did in fact find the stronghold. I was so sure it wasn't there for a bit, but then I started hearing zombie noises. You can maybe hear them right now. I had to mine in some really weird directions, which is not fun when you're mining like this, but we did it regardless. We found ourselves the stronghold. Now we just gotta find an easy way to the end portal, which again, is another task made a little bit harder by this. Actually, wait, is that the end portal there? Oh my God! That's the end portal there. It has no eye offenders because the game hates me, wants me to suffer in second person as long as I humanly can. So something I'm a big believer in is always blocking up parts of your stronghold you don't need to use, because again, in this particular run, you know, there's lots of things that can cause us danger. What if we just stop them causing us danger? Wouldn't that be nice? So not a single ender pearl through this entire stronghold. Very unlucky stronghold. Honestly, this seed as a whole just isn't particularly amazing. You know, sometimes you get good spawns, sometimes you get bad ones. That's part of why we do random seeds, because we've got to be able to work with it. Now we just block that up, pretend it doesn't exist, and I guess we go back up and we try to kill more Endermen the normal way. But we have to kill at least 10 of them, which is going to be very time consuming. But that's what we signed up for, I guess. It's funny because even though I can see an Enderman there, I think this baby zombie is genuinely a bigger threat to me because of just how tiny a hitbox it is. But let's do this. Another meat grinder fest versus an Enderman. Yeah, you've really got to aim low on these guys if you want to have even a chance of hitting. Pro tip, in case you're ever in a situation where you're second person attacking an Enderman, as I know you all tend to be. I'm literally being chased by two baby zombies now, or rather a baby zombie and a baby husk, because they're technically separate mobs, but I'm just saying! It's a real problem. There is a lot of explosions happening. So, pro tip, when you're playing Minecraft, it's actually better if you look forwards. Fun fact, second person is only for insane people and taking screenshots. I'm not sure which of the two I am right now. So at the same time as searching for Enderman, which by the way right now is going pretty badly, I haven't found one in over 5 minutes, and that's just a pure searching. But I'm also going to look for some villages, because I might find some blacksmiths, which might contain some diamond or diamond armor. I'm in a really bad situation where my iron armor is getting closer and closer to breaking. I'm not sure if it'll last me all the way to the end. Another night, another real lack of finding new ender pearls. So during most of the days, there's not actually too much I can actually do at this stage. However, I did happen to end up in a desert village with a desert temple next to it. So I'll go raid that. So there's a genuine risk of explosion-based death if you do this one wrong. So always be careful when you're playing in second person, or even just when you want to be careful in general. Okay, I have to be really, really, really careful right now. Now we mine out that pressure plate as soon as we humanly can. Can I do it? Yes, I can. Okay, there is a golden apple in here, so it wasn't for nothing. It was for very close to nothing. They really want me to have gold horse armor. Seriously, the only thing I got besides a few bits of iron was 3 gold horse armors. They just want me to have that. Okay, so this is definitely one of the riskier decisions I've taken, but I'm going to start a raid, and we're just going to go through with it, go through all the different steps, so that we can get ourselves, probably, I mean, a helmet would be nice actually, and maybe some enchanted leggings, but also so that we can get ourselves a totem of undying, if possible. And my legitimate plan for this pillager raid is just to chill near this iron golem for as long as I can. So as you can see back there, the iron golems kind of got the pillagers sorted, and then when it comes to the evoker, which is who we're really looking for, that's when we'll start worrying. Also, maybe we should kill this guy because he's next to us anyway. My pro tip, if you've never done a pillager raid before and you're kind of terrified, or you've done one and you've died or something like that, is just stay near your iron golems if you can, because they are tanks that just kill enemies for you if they're nearby. And as of the 1.14 or Village and Pillage update, depending on your platform, as of that update, you can, easily find an iron golem in every single village. It's very rare to find a village that doesn't have a golem. So yeah, just stay near them until you find the dudes. I've been looking around for these pillagers for literally forever. I guess not literally forever. I've been looking around for these pillagers for a really long time now. It's been well over 20 minutes now. I found a spider spawner before I found the remainder of this wave. It's one of the ridiculous things that just kind of happens when you're doing this, I guess. Like, sometimes you get really unlucky. Sometimes you get a saddle, though. I had a really solid strategy lined up, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's no point throwing good time after bad. If you can't find something after all of this time, it's in a cave somewhere, but I'd have to check all the caves, which is really hard to do, fun fact, when you're like this. So we're gonna leave behind this village, leave behind our genius strategy, if I do say so myself. And so let's instead focus on the ender pearl grind again. We can focus on this some other time, although I can hear it even from here. How is that possible? Where are these dudes? You know, I'm feeling good. Let's just charge them down right now. Let's just do this. Oh, maybe second thoughts because of this husk. Hey, 8 out of 12 ender pearls gotten. Okay, the Minecraft gods have offered me a second attempt at getting that totem of undying, and you better believe I'm going to take it. Okay, again, you always want to just charge in for the one dude you're looking for. You might take some damage this way, but I think it's... Oh god, okay, no, yeah, this is going badly. This is going badly, I need to get out there, right now. Goes without saying that that wasn't the outcome I was looking for. Was kind of hoping for a bit better than that. Oh god, they've got too many crossbows. Okay, can I do this? I can do this, right? I can do this, I got it. Okay, now we run away from these guys. Oh god! Oh, that close to coming into a giant chasm. You see what I mean? Like, when you're sprinting, you have so little control that you've got to be careful. Okay, now let's find a village that's on a nice flat plain. They're still coming after me, but hopefully went out of their range. Let's find a nice flat plain village. Or let's find a horse we can escape on. Okay, my hope, my dream is that this village is small enough, flat enough, and just not a problem enough that I'm going to have real issues. If I lose a second pillager wave to, like, some underground spawn, I'm going to be upset, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen here. Same strategy applies. I'm going to chill near the iron golem. And, yeah, while the iron golem deals with that, I'm going to tame one of these horses. Yeah, this guy is my horse right here. And now we've got a way to properly ride around the village, which is great. The one downside is riding this backwards is really hard, so you kind of have to ride forwards on a horse. Being able to jump so high is actually really useful for finding the last pillagers. As you can see, the iron golem's a bit trapped. Oh no, he's like kind of bugged. He's getting attacked, but he's not attacking back. Okay. Guess I'll do it myself. Wow. Such a lazy iron golem. Wants me to do some of the work. Yeah, I really hope the golem can face up to that guy. This isn't going to go well for him. Yep, that did not go well for him. Oh no, the village died. So I got the effect back. Ah, bad news, guys. So this is something you generally want to avoid. This is why you should always protect one of the villagers, or you might end up winning the battle, but losing the war. Okay, I found a new village. My plan with this one is to block up the doors to stop the pillagers physically getting in. And that way we can have at least one villager survive. Also, I didn't even do anything, but we're already on one mob remaining. Oh god, I'm so close to death. Like, I'm telling you, the Vindicators with those iron axes, you don't even realize how fast you're dying. You can get that close. It could have been all over. All of these hours, all of this ridiculous effort could have ended because of a pillager raid. Okay, so it's third wave time, which means we have to take out this beast. Yeah, one more of those hits and we are dead. One more of these hits and we are dead. And we can only see him when he gets into our camera view like this. We basically exist inside the thing's head. No! Oh! Okay, so I've made myself some leggings just so I have something to protect myself there. And yeah, I am very, very, very cautious of the rest of this raid now. Okay, there's 2 witches to deal with, but this is a genuine issue. I need to make sure they're dealt with separately, and I need to make sure there's not a chance for them to poison me. Either one of them. So this one we're going to lure out from over there. So if you're on hard difficulty, wave 5 is where you've got a good chance of starting to see these evokers, I want to say. It might be 6, but now is the wave that we just have one enemy we want to kill. All the rest are kind of inconsequential. There he is. No, you don't. Come on. Die. I think he's dead. Where's the totem? Here's the totem. And just like that, we now have immunity from death, at least once. And then you get some resistance and stuff. Actually, maybe should we go for a second totem of undying? It seems excessive, but I mean, if we use up the first one, it'll be nice to have a second. Yeah, there's no way this really ends well for me. So I'm just gonna not. Well, I'm sorry, villagers. I was only in it for the Totem of Undying, which I now do have. So, great knowing you and all. But let's head back to our original stronghold. So of course, the last final challenge we have left is getting these ender pearls in the third person, and I'm not too concerned that it'll be too difficult. I mean, like, we could run into some bad situations of some creepers, some endermen. Yeah, bad things can still happen. The run can still be ended, but you know, at this point, it's mostly down to like, can we find the endermen? Can we grind them down? Can we get this done in a reasonable time frame? So if one of these doesn't drop an ender pearl, I think I'm gonna rage quit, like for real. It takes so long between each find. And to not get something from it just breaks my heart. Also, oh, we didn't get an ender pearl. Should we just rage quit? Like, you know, do we need to do this? What was the point of being Minecraft looking backwards anyway? Also, I generally might die here. Why even do this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Good question. Also, I'm actually dying right now. I'm actually dying. Another one! No ender pearl. Have I turned off items or something? Like, this is beyond bad luck. This was a 1 in 128 chance to get this many coin tosses going entirely wrong. I should be in the stronghold by now. Like, even if you do it out of pity, I don't care what your reasoning is. I just want you to die, and I want you to drop the one thing that makes you worth existing. Thank God. Okay, 3 more ender pearls to go, and then we've only got the last challenge left. Every now and then, I forget that we're doing this challenge. I'm like, oh, let's switch back to first person. But I've turned off the button to do that, so it's like, oh, guess you can't do that. Okay, this is the worst thing that could have happened at this stage. So yeah, now the rest of tonight is useless for finding endermen because they teleport immediately away. Again, I always hate doing this because I always think, okay, it's only like a few hours of some bad luck and this. It always takes more than a few hours, which is absurd. It's something that should be fast. But okay, you know, I'm gonna have to take a break and I'll get back to this in a few days. To anyone who thinks these are fake, by the way, like, I wish they were fake. I wish I was just thinking of this. The amount of my sanity it would drain would be so much less, and I'd just live a happier life overall, I think, so, you know. If you think this is fake, I wish I agreed with you. Okay, another ender pearl down. Oh, it is! That is my 12th Eye of Ender, which means barring some huge natural disaster on the way back to the portal, we have now finished this last major time-consuming task. The number of hours that it takes is always more than you expect, but now we've done that, we can head over to the end. So after all of those hours of killing endermen, I have to be very careful to make sure that I don't just fall in the lava and end this all now. So I'm going to be extra careful, I'm going to crouch, and I'm going to try my best to get these Eye of Enders into the portals. Which actually, like, you know, you wouldn't assume this was a hard part of the process, but I think it actually is. So I guess I learned something today. You can't crouch and place Eye of Enders in a portal. Instead, you've just got to do it like this. Pray that you've gone to the right block, and I guess slowly walk around the portal. Of all the ways to die, there are so many more honorable ways than accidentally falling into lava or wasting an Eye of Ender or something like that, so I'm gonna try my best not to do these things. And just like that, we have now officially opened our end portal. We are ready for the final fight against the Ender Dragon. I'm super nervous. If I'm being honest, there's a little bit of preparation I have to do. Like, okay, bread, no longer the food of choice. I'm eating steak all day, every day. That's the most important thing. Okay, so iron leggings, they're going off. Iron leggings with protection on, they're going on. We're going to make a brand new helmet. We're going to do everything in our power to make this, you know, to give ourselves the best odds we can. Because let's be honest, the deck is kind of stacked against us. We won't be able to see very much. And yeah, I think the last big step I need to do is probably get myself some form of bow or maybe get some snowballs because I've got 45 arrows but I don't have a way to fire them. So we'll get that sorted and then we'll meet back here in about 5-10 minutes. Okay, we're here now. I've organized my hotbar. I've gotten all the things I needed, basically a bow at this point, and I'm ready for the fight with the dragon. This is the best prepared I've been in terms of absolute equipment. I've got literally enchanted diamond chestplate and some enchanted other armor. You know, we've got lots of good stuff. We have some good odds in terms of if this was first person, I'd be really confident, but in second person, I just have no clue how to react to the dragon's attacks because you need to keep eye contact with the dragon at all times if you want to beat her. Okay, I'm as ready as I think I'm ever going to be to do this. Let's jump into the end and let's try and beat the dragon in second person. A task I honestly think is going to be close to impossible. By the way, the task has been made about 10 times harder by the fact that we have to race to the Ender Dragon really quickly. If you're on one of these end islands, you need to get to the center before doing anything else. And the reason you need to do that is because the dragon can just come over here, knock you off, and you have no recourse unless you get yourself out of there as fast as possible, which is what you better believe I am doing right now. A task which, by the way, made even harder by the fact that we can't actually see. So now you can see we've made it there. We're going to jump dangerously across this. And now we're going to talk about the game plan, because this is the hardest dragon fight we've done in the series so far. It might be one of the hardest modifiers you can do for the dragon fight, because here's the scoop, right? We need to look at the dragon at all times. It can fire end acid at us that can one hit through all of our armor, even with the diamond, boots and chest plate, even with the protection, it cuts right through armor. So we need to look at the dragon at all times. And also, she can swoop down and knock us off the edge. So there's lots of ways we can be one hit unless we look at the dragon. Okay, look at the dragon through the back like we're doing right now. Easy enough, right? No, it's not easy enough, because we also have to, at the exact same time as paying attention, making sure we avoid attacks like that if I missed, by the way, I'd be knocked off the edge, I'd be instantly dead, as well as looking directly at the dragon, or indirectly at the dragon. We have to make sure we don't look directly at any enderman. Did I hit? I don't think I did. There? Oh god, you can see how I got really, really close actually on the first shot, it seems. But yeah, and all the time, while doing this, we're also going to attack Enderman, which means we can't see the dragon, which means we're about to be one hit killed again. You see this? You see how insanely quickly that adds up and stacks and leads to you being basically destroyed? It's scary. It's not what you want in your life, at least it's not what I want from my time. It's going to be insane to combine together. Oh, we're so close to dead. I just started, man. Come on. Oh, woman. Again, dragon's a lady. We're one golden apple down. We're pretty much close to dead. And we haven't done a single bit of good for the dragon yet. This is the intensity of this fight that we're trying to endure right now. Man, okay. We're going to collect ender pearls, so I guess it's good to fight some endermen, maybe. No, 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 no. Okay. So as you can see, we're already at the stage where we've lost our time of undying. Still no progress made. Here's the deal. I figure this is such a low likelihood of success scenario. We need to boost all the odds in whatever way we can. I'm going to make a lot of torches, and I'm going to place them all around these giant obsidian pillars to try and make sure that endermen don't spawn there. I want to believe that all we have to do is light this area up, stop the endermen spawning there. So again, this might look slightly insane, but it does now give me a much better chance of not being ambushed by an enderman in just the wrong moment, which is what I need today, I need something like this to equalize the fight. Okay, I'm pretty close to the end of my torches. I can't cover the entirety of the end, which is why places like this I'm just leaving super sparsely lit so that there are fewer endermen spawn there and they hopefully don't teleport towards me. So the reason you destroy the end crystals before taking down the dragon is because if you try to hit the dragon, you can do some damage, but she's always going to recover because of those end crystals. You can even see the lines which are giving her health, which is why we have to take down a significant number of them. Okay, look how absurdly close I'm getting to taking this thing down. My aim is actually surprisingly okay in second person, but okay won't do it. You need perfect precision, despite not being able to see the thing you're firing at. But yeah, we need to take all of these down with our 20-something remaining arrows. 26 arrows for a lot of these towers. Probably not going to go too well. I think it would be fair to estimate, right? Oh, man. Okay, didn't save myself correctly. I'm alive, though. That's what counts. That's what counts. Being alive is what really matters. It's all coming together before it all unwinds with my death. Whoa, what? Just like that, the entire run, it's over, it's done. In a single incident of getting unlucky, of being wiped over the edge, in a thing we couldn't have seen coming, it's over. So I'm going to be entirely honest with you here. What I do before every single end fight is I copy the world just in case something horrendous happens with the end generation. I've lost a few worlds where the end is just broken when I've gone in. So I keep a copy, and what I could totally do is I could lie and just, do this again, wait until I succeed and then use that success and show you like, oh yeah, this was my first time. But let's be honest, I died that first time because of my own mistakes, and this is going to be the time we actually do it. Okay, so given that I've improved my ability at aiming in second person, apparently, I guess we should go for another tower. Oh, I've got to do the wall pocket technique in third person. Oh no, off the edge. It's a good thing I made a copy before that run because it didn't go so well, but this time is the time I'm actually going to get it done. Okay, this was also not the try. So today I learned that the Totem of Undying doesn't save you from end acid attacks. Okay, so at this point, the copies are pretty far down, but this is gonna be the time that it happens. Yeah, even when I'm taking the biggest risks humanly possible, I'm still just missing horrendously. It does have to be said. We have just the caged ones to go, but I'm not going to take them down. As you've seen from my previous attempts here, going off those last 2 cages would make the fight a lot easier, but I think in this run it's just too close to being impossible, and, you know, the number of deaths so far convinces me that that is in fact the truth. We get roughly a third of his health bar gone, and this close it's close to a quarter. Then he's going to heal up a little bit, or then she's going to heal up a little bit from those last 2 cage towers. Now she's closer to, I would say, 2/5 of her health is gone. She's going to heal up a little bit, but only when she flies close to those 2. So we've got the dragon below half health. Sometimes she is around for a really long time. Sometimes she heals all the way, even from something as low as half health. No! Oh, come on, go, no, no! Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm golden appling right now. No questions, nothing else. Okay, we're down to about 2/5 remaining now. And yeah, it'd be so much simpler to take down the towers in a normal run. But when that's tricky, for whatever reason, this is a working strategy too. Yes! Is it possible to beat Minecraft while looking entirely at your own face? You tell me, people off the internet. Because I think this experience raining from the sky, this Ender Dragon Egg, you know, proof of my genocide, I think this my genocide of a pregnant mother, I think that this proves very much so that yes, in fact, it is possible. Look at all of this XP. I always forget just how much XP you get when you first kill the dragon. Super useful if you want to make a enchanting farm or something like that. But yeah, GG. Also, the Enderman literally locked me in there. We beat Minecraft. Here are the end credits. A lot of people who played Minecraft and only recently got back into it don't know that Minecraft has an ending. But yeah, there are end credits. Obviously, it's Minecraft. It's an open world game. Once you watch the whole credits, or if you just skip through them like this, because we watched them before, you do end up just in the overworld like this. And oh, look, here you can see. It's very much a normal world, normal spawn, normal all of that. You know, I've got lots of questions about this world, and you probably have lots of questions about why I did this. And short answer, because I wanted to know if it was possible. Long answer, because I think I'm insane. More seriously though, I really regret this whole run. I went for a serious number of tries, even for that Ender Dragon fight. The realistic answer is, did I beat it on my first try? No. In hardcore rules, this shouldn't count. But in terms of, is it actually possible? It is actually possible. You've just got to be really, really good at fighting the Ender Dragon in second person, a skill which I don't think has any value. So yeah, that's a good place to kind of segue into like this series as a whole. It's super fun to see if Minecraft is possible when doing a stupid challenge, but I think a challenge like only looking, backwards is something I probably won't do in the future. This might have been some fun sometimes, but it was mostly a lot of frustration, and I didn't improve my Minecraft skill. I just learned a brand new one that no one needs to learn. So yeah, I think I will do more episodes of the series, but I'll do more Minecraft X runs eventually. I'm probably gonna have to take like a month off or something. But I want to do them to either prove things that are technically challenging, like could you beat it with trading only? The answer is no, because you need blaze rods. But I want to answer technically challenging questions to help you learn about Minecraft, or at the very least, I want to do fun challenges where, like I'm improving my skills as I go along, because after this, the only thing I want more than anything else is just to switch back to first person. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do exactly that. But I hope they prove to you that if I can get this far in Minecraft during second person, maybe you can get further by playing the game in first person. I don't know, maybe it's an inspirational thing, or maybe just enjoy seeing someone punish themselves on the internet for money. And if so, then I guess give this video a like and subscribe, because that'll motivate me to do more of these in the future. I think we're going to go back to doing less silly runs, so like next time, wooden tools only, like wood and leather maybe. Or maybe just wood tools, no armor. That could be a fun little thing that I guess we'll be doing in the nearest future. Either way, hope you'll enjoy the video, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.